My setup here is quite typical for a violin playing at A for 15 Hz. I have a pure gut A and E and a gimped D, that means a pure gut string wound around a very thin strand of silver, or in my case, copper. Usually I use a Toru E 0.6mm and a 0.79 Ran gut A, but at the moment I'm trying out a new A string, the Cantino di Napoli 0.8mm by Corde di Rago. Now, for those of you not acquainted with the world of Baroque violin strings and its jargon, that description requires some explanation. Toro is the name of a small string making business in Italy, as is Corde di Rago. I will be talking about these and other reputable gut string making companies in upcoming videos. In Baroque times, certain cities became associated with different types of string. This is actually a fascinating slice of history, but for now, it's enough to know that Naples and Rome were renowned for producing the finest top strings, hence the name Cantino, high string, di Napoli, from Naples. The most common unit of measurement for gut strings is simply the diameter of the string itself. For example, my E string is 0.6 thick, which can also be measured these days with a micrometer, though in Baroque times they used a very simple tool. Most Baroque violinists these days use a silver wound gut G string because they are thinner than pure gut G strings and therefore speak more easily. Historically, however, pure gut G strings were still common right through to the end of the 17th century, so Monteverdi, Castello, Fontana, Bieber, all of that is interesting to try out with a pure gut G string, though you do need to know what you're doing. However, for most purposes, and definitely for getting started, a silver wound gut G string is a good option. On my violin, I'm currently experimenting with the Pilastro Passione 17, a heavyweight. Toro and other specialist gut string makers produce strings with more historically accurate methods, however, and we'll be looking into how that affects the sound in a future video. So now you might have a rough idea of what size string to order, but the question remains, which brand and from where? So join me for the next installment, Meet the Makers. See you there.